I'm trying real hard. Trying real hard to navigate these times with you. I'm a little bit cautious when I say this, but I will tell you, and I've said this to you maybe over the last 6 months, you're going to have to bear with me because I have been quiet and I've been going along and just kind of nose in the book, so to speak. But I am not sure what will happen to our religious freedoms. And I keep saying this because I want you to really be aware that there is a real and present danger to the freedom that we've enjoyed here in this country, in our religious freedom. Some of you know, if you listen to the news, simply reading the Bible in this day and age in certain places has been labeled hate speech. Okay? So that brings about people who censor, who try to shut down, eliminate, and so forth. So as I told you, I have tried earnestly to keep my mouth quiet on the subject of current affairs and politics, but the one area I will not be quiet in, if that hour comes, it will be all of our responsibilities, including my fellow pastors and ministers out there. And I will say this to you, it is a time right now where people should be peacefully, with one mind, with one accord, banding together, with the mindset that if in these United States of America, the government ceases to respect the contract that is for its citizens, that the government shall not establish. That means including not encroaching upon or interfering with your and my right to worship as we please. So I'm telling you, and I'll just keep telling you and giving you reminders, because as I see things changing and shifting, I can be quiet in some areas, but as for what pertains to the church, I will not be quiet. And if it interferes or encroaches upon or is about to bring about the possibility of altering the way people have worshiped freely in this country since its inception, I will not be silent. And I'm also expecting that those who love the Lord and love their freedom and understand what the Constitution and the Bill of Rights stand for, if and when that time comes, will stand shoulder to shoulder with me to never give way to people who would like to basically make you fit in their box. Whom the Son sets free is free indeed, and He set me free. I'm just wanting to remind you that this pastor means business. I'm not about other things. I'm not about, as I've told you, entertainment or Jesus junk or how to make money or profit, as I've said. But I am definitely concerned for the welfare, and I say this as a more corporate statement. I'm concerned about the welfare corporately of the churches in America. And a person might say, well, what is it you're concerned? Be concerned with what you are standing for in your place. That there's a problem with that. You see, I do know that there is value in the numbers of people, and there are, who knows what, I'm not trusting any Pew report to tell me what the numbers are of people who are of a leaning faith in some direction. And I say that whether that be Jew, Christian, Muslim, but specifically speaking of Christendom, it is really imperative that we stand together. So, and as I said, for my fellow friends in ministry, pastors, ministers, priests, imams, and rabbis, this will affect every single person of faith, and anyone who values a higher and supreme being. This will affect you if and when these things come. So I'm just telling you, don't be shocked. If and when the day comes, I will be vocal and I will not be silent, and I'm expecting the same of you. I said this a few weeks ago, and I want to make sure I'm understood I'm not an advocate for violence. I have great disdain for people who seem to think that going out to demonstrate means destroying property or doing harm to other individuals. Now, we have had great marches in this country which were quiet and peaceful. All you've got to do is think back to a different time, which is really not that different if you think about it, and the late Martin Luther King, or even as recently as a Million Man March that was had on the square in Washington. So I think we are able to organize and to stand together if that day comes, not for any other reason. This is not a political march. This wouldn't be a political anything. This is simply to say we stand for something that our founding fathers stood for, and we have not changed, nor do we expect that our rights will change in this country. That means that our ability to worship freely will continue for as long as these United States exist. So.
Come to this house, magnify the Lord, lift up holy hands, our hearts in one accord, worship and bow down.